Hello everyone. Okay, so today I thought I would record a video all about using visuals to support students with SEN. So the aim of this video is to provide a little overview of why we use visuals to support SEN, how we use visuals, and also hopefully to provide some practical tips and some guidance that you might find useful. So there are a lot of reasons why you might use symbols or pictures to support students with SEN, and one of the main reasons is that visuals can really aid comprehension. Essentially, visuals are more tangible than words. Many of the young people that we support at the Shieling have processing difficulties, so that means that it takes them quite a lot of time to actually comprehend complex information like speech, whereas we would be able to recall using our memory what has been said and then process the information and come up with an appropriate response very, very quickly without really thinking about it. It may take some of our students quite a long time to really go through that process. If people use long sentences or if there's other distractions, that could be increasingly more difficult. So symbols are really, really great at actually being able to help with that comprehension. So for instance, if I wanted to say it's time to go for a walk, the time it takes me to say walk is less than a second. If I was to hold up a symbol, it's time to go for a walk, I can hold this symbol up for as long as it takes for that information to be processed. So a lot of the young people that we support really hate surprises, and if you're only using verbal instructions or explanations of what's going on, they might find this very difficult because they might not really understand what to expect. So we can help them understand by using visuals, and there's a few ways to do this. We can just hold up a symbol or picture, or we can use something like a visual schedule for them. So this is an example of a visual schedule, and they work really much in the same way. Visual schedules are much more tangible than just verbal instructions. So if you're only using verbal instructions and you're not supporting them with visuals, you may see an increase in behaviour or signs of anxiety because they may not really understand what their expectations are. Using visuals is also particularly helpful in terms of assisting with communication and making choices. So we use visuals for making choices all the time at the Shieling. Again, because they are tangible, you can point at a visual to indicate your choice. So that's obviously really helpful if you are pre-verbal. But what people sometimes miss out is actually for those people that do have some speech, they can also be assisted by the use of some visuals for making choices, because it's much easier to weigh up your options if they are in front of you. So even if a student does have some spoken ability, I would still consider using some visuals for doing choices, but obviously this depends on the individual. So there's two more key things I want you to think about when using visuals for making choices. The first one is the amount of choice. So this will differ depending on the individual, but I might just use two key visuals and do a choice between two. Or if it's more of a known choice with known visuals, I might use something like a choosing board. And this rolls into the next key point. Does the student actually understand that the symbol has associated value? Does it represent an activity or an item? So that can sometimes be quite difficult to tell. If they don't understand or attribute the value to the symbol, what I would do is I would teach the symbol. So you can do that in a number of ways. I think that the best way really, especially for activities, something like going for a walk, if they don't understand that this symbol means going for a walk, I will show this symbol to them when we are walking, and I will explain we're going for a walk, and hopefully that'll be enough for them later to understand that this symbol means going for a walk, and then I could use this in a choice. Now this might not happen straight away. You might have to do this a number of times. Sometimes you might have to repeat this a lot, but eventually it will, they will associate that meaning to that symbol. So at the shieling, we use widget symbols. So that is just a type of symbol. There's different types of symbols available. There's board maker symbols, there's symbol sticks, and a few others. We use widget symbols, so those will be the most familiar symbols to our students. We also use a program called Communicate in Print 3, and that's a symbol writing program, so you can just type in a word and the symbol will automatically pop up. Now, you might obviously not have all of these resources. You might not have lovely laminated key rings like this, or you might not have lovely laminated schedules, but what you can do is you can download a free trial of Communicate in Print. And if you don't have access to a printer, you could just try and look up pictures or symbols on your phone or any sort of mobile device and show that to a student. That might help. I've even used drawing with some students, and obviously depending on the individual that can be effective. So I hope you enjoyed the video. The main message that I want to get out there is please be resourceful. If you don't have access to symbols, you can use photos. If you don't have access to photos, use drawings. Any sorts of visuals that you use should help with comprehension, and hopefully that should help lower anxieties. So thank you very much and enjoy.